Are they saying that the governor has expended recklessly? That means all what the governor have done is reckless expenses or expenditure.
From when he was was relieved from the suspension.
Yes, when he assumed office. Okay, put it before he assumed this office, he was already there before the suspension. Is the point saying that what the governor have been doing for Rivers people is reckless? I don't think that is right. Supplementary budget is defined as a course of priority or need arises. What that implies, if there are new projects that is not encapsulated into the main budget for the year, it means that the governor will do all he needs to do and appropriate such supplementary budget to be presented to House of Assembly. Are you getting the point?
Well, you brought only him versus you and your core loyalists. Rivers people were not carried along to be, well, let it be two groups now.
No, please.
FCT versus Rivers people.
Please.
Only you and your goons, and then with the governor.
Now let me tell you.
And you did whatever you didn't want the Rivers people to know. Now look at it's playing out now.
Let me tell you.
Everybody don't do.
But I think what is the problem? I agree that you are my boss. But please give me some flexibility and opportunity to explore the potentials that I have. Give me the opportunity to show the dexterity, the political dexterity. Give me the opportunity to show the managerial prowess that I have endowed in me to manage Rivers State. And that is the point you can assess me. Now, if you put the governor in a condition where he will be tormented in the governance process, one day he will shine. The Constitution empower the governor because the state cannot be in comatose. The state cannot be on stampede. Governance must continue in Rivers State. I can tell you that nomination is not a mistake. Why do I say so? Similaye Fubara has got peaceful disposition. His tranquility to peaceful disposition is what has kept Rivers State moving. Similaye Fubara is God sent for Rivers State.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we have Dr. Sani Okocha. Now, he is a guest. It's not the first time, neither is second time, and it will not be the last time on the show, hopefully, because as far as politicking is concerned, you always have what to say to make sure things are done right in the future. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to have, once again, and the first time for 2026, Dr. Sani Okocha. A very good evening to you.
Good evening, Mr. Barida. It's my pleasure to say Happy New Year to you.
I wish you the same too. Thank you very much. So we are looking at a very simple thing, and it is we're going to be dissecting key political developments in Rivers State. Now, the last time you were here, yes, it was still on politics on this show, sometime last year. And you looked at political issues and happenings. This time, as we thought that the peace had arrived finally between the two heavyweights, I'm talking about the FCT minister and his faction, his loyalists, versus the governor of Rivers State. Well, they seem to have moved on past the wahala of last time. And surprisingly, as the year was ending, something else happened into this new year. Voila! And currently, there's an impeachment process from the same Rivers State House of Assembly, led by the Speaker, Honorable Martin, Right Honorable Martin Amewule, DSSRS. So now you are here. I think it's part of the core of this program today. How do you see, and how was it to you when this impeachment process was moved this year, 2026?
Okay. Thank you for asking me that question, the impeachment process. But I want to start by saying that Rivers State is the loser at any time issues are not controlled within the context of political understanding. As you may know, we have passed through the era of emergency rule, and that emergency rule of 6 months was not palatable for Rivers people. We are the losers. But of course, I want to appreciate the man who took the mantle of leadership of emergency rule for at least remaining 300 billion for Rivers people, even all the coffers was not zeroed.
You mean IBAS?
Yes, IBAS.
Oh, I thought I heard 600 billion.
No, the governor before the era of that
The
process
emergency rule, okay.
left 300 and something billion. Now coming back to see 600 and something billion, what that implies is that the 300 and something billion left by the governor was not expended, and why he saw 300 billion. But the question is, within the 6 months, is it just that 300 billion that Rivers State have earned? Now, if you look at the federal allocation, Rivers State is between 42 to 44 billion on monthly basis that come from the federal system. Okay? Now, beyond just that, we have 13% derivative. So between the 6 months, Rivers State got 148 billion. Okay? Now, when you take a fraction of 42 billion for 6 months, you'll be having about 250 billion or 256 billion. So when you add 148, it means that Rivers State got about 400 billion. It might not be total. There are some fractions that is added to it. Now, of course, that is excluded the internal generated revenue for the state. Now, assuming that the internal generated revenue is put at 20 billion on monthly basis, that would earn us 120 billion, okay, for that period of 6 months. So if you add 120 billion to 400 billion, then you remove the amount of 300 billion that was left, you see that some amount of 220 billion was expended. So that would be within the oversight of the Rivers State House of Assembly to look at what those money were used for Rivers people. Okay, but that is not the essence. But I try to go memory lane to look at the indices that may be attached. I may not be 100% with the data, but I can tell you that I'm overright with over 80% of that data. Now let us come to the impeachment notice. Now, the recent impeachment notice has put it that under Similaye Fubara, the governor of Rivers State, that impeachment notice have been put across 3 times. But let us understand this word impeachment. What does that imply? Section 188, subsection 5 of Federal Republic of Nigeria, Constitution 1999 as amended, stipulates and expresses further the procedure and the process to impeach a governor. Now, one of those key components must be that the governor has erred, and it has to be grossly violation. Now, looking at the 6 points put up before the governor as a mark of gross violation, the Constitution, what it does caption, what the House of Assembly members have done, it captions it as an allegation against the governor. That is what is the Constitution, that it is an allegation against the governor. Now, it's a 6 points allegation that is put forward. Now look,
From the River State House.
yes. If you look at it now, one of it, the first one is that the governor has expended recklessly. Now, that word spending recklessly is grossly ambiguous. There is quite a lot of confusion in that statement. Now, is the point, are they saying that the governor has expended recklessly? That means all what the governor have done is reckless expenses or expenditure?
From when he was was relieved from the suspension.
Yes, when he assumed office. Okay, put it, before he assumed this office, he was already there, before the suspension. Is the point saying that what the governor have been doing for Rivers people is reckless? I don't think that is right. So the Constitution expects the House of Assembly to put a definite allegation. For an instance, that the governor has given 100,000 as largesse, Christmas largesse, to Rivers citizens and those that are working in the government under the watch of Simeola Efubara. That could be just an allegation. No, putting it in a statement is very ambiguous. So how would, assuming that a 7-man panel was set, from where do they start? It means that they do not have direction to investigate. I don't know if you get my point.
Well,
now, let me now make this point. Before the arrival of the governor to assume office after the 6 months suspension, the then administrator has presented a budget to National Assembly, and this budget was in the tune of 1,485 billion with some fraction in it. Now, this budget is divided majorly into three. Personnel cost is put at 256 billion. Overhead is put at 162 billion. Whereas capital expenditure is put over 1 trillion and above. Now, looking at all of this, I want to create a point here. The governor of the state is working with the process of the approved budget, which put it at 1,485 billion. Now, what that implies is that the governor is comfortable with that project. Suddenly, the House of Assembly have asked the governor to bring a budget for the year 2026. Now, look at the logic here. The 1,485 billion that was assented by Mr. President, His Excellency Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu, the president.
For 2025.
Yeah, for 2025.
Is he exhausted yet?
Is subsisting. That was signed by the president on 23rd of July 2025. And you know, a budget, the span of budget is within 1 year. So this budget will be done early August. After July, you get August, right?
Early August, this 2026.
Yes.
So he still has a lifespan.
It's subsisting, yes.
Of like 6 months.
Yes, it's subsisting. It's not done. That the governor is yet to bring a budget for 2026 to House of Assembly. He has not violated the law. But that doesn't mean that if the governor want to do that, that he will not do that, that he will not do it. Now, the Rivers people are aware that the governor had, within the executive of Rivers State, that is, meeting with the commissioners and the special assistants to the governor, they have approved a mid-time plan, a medium plan, which is put at 1,800 something billion. Okay?
For
2026. Now, recently, they have also aggregate all of this to present a budget. Now, the medium plan deal with the strategy and the process to comply with the budget. So they work pari passu. Okay? Now the budget is to be presented. Now it's almost ready. And that approval has also been done by His Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State, and his team.
What that implies is that the governor is ever ready to present 2026 budget. Now, they use the word supplementary budget. Let us not think about supplementary budget. The Federal Republic of Nigeria, Article 121 and 120, in conjunction with Article 80, 81, 82, 84. Now, the 2007 Fiscal Responsibility Act, all of this has some form of duty that has to do with the supplementary budget. Now, the question is, what is supplementary budget? Is it mandatory that the governor on yearly basis must present a supplementary budget? What is the meaning of supplementary budget? Supplementary budget is not a mandatory tool of governance. If the governor thinks that the key budget as approved by either the assembly has passed and accepted, that is comfortable with that, there won't be need for supplementary budget. Supplementary budget is defined as a cause of priority or need arises. What that implies, if there are new projects that is not encapsulated into the main budget for the year, it means that the governor will do all he needs to do and appropriate such supplementary budget to be presented to House of Assembly. Are you getting the point? Now, if the House of Assembly is working in tandem, the bond of relationship is at the apex that we expect. That mutual relationship to instill governance in Rivers State is working. The supplementary budget could be a form of looking at issues that affect the House of Assembly. Okay?
Yeah.
Now imagine that the governor released 100,000. It means that the 2025 budget may not have accommodated as the intentions of the House of Assembly members. Of course, it was Christmas. They need to go and see their constituencies. They need some funds to ensure this project will be carried. They must go back to their constituency. But you see, the 2025 budget has a limitation. The governor may not be able to sum up what they may expect as a largesse for the Christmas gift. So what he has done is 100,000 for the whole Rivers people that are working. I am not working in Rivers State government. Okay?
And neither am I too.
Yeah.
Because I don't benefit from it.
Now, but look at it from the point of view that the 2025 budget, 256 billion was embarked for personnel costs. So the governor would have used that opportunity to affect the Rivers people that are working in government. So look at it from that point of view. Now, supplementary budget would have addressed all this issue. But why is it this way? It's because of the friction that is in between. So if
the friction between who and who?
The friction of governance, because
between the
legislature
and the executive
in
Rivers State.
Of course, because that unism that is expected of them to work together is not there. So the governor will not move beyond the constitutional bound. So that could be addressed on the supplementary budget. So what that implies is that everybody need to share their sword. Everybody need to bury the hatchet. There is need to work collaboratively together. They need to work together. Now, let me talk to you. Section.
Wait, I wouldn't want that to slide because I want to look at that friction in Rivers State that you just mentioned, which I wouldn't want it to just jump off. When you're done with this, I'll bring that back. The friction between the legislature and the executive. Because if they say they already had resolved their issues, we were here observing their body language. We saw that there was no romance yet between the governor and the House of Assembly because you hardly see them together except where the FCT minister is. When he's there and the governor is there, you see the House of Assembly. But when they have their own, the governor has a state function, you do not see the House of Assembly
Okay,
member. We brought that subject here. We talked about it. They said people are raising dust today. See how it don't happen.
Okay, let me just stress a little in that. Article 82 of Federal Republic of Nigeria allow the governor to expend within the approved budget. The approved budget is a formal approved budget,
which was done by the sole administrator.
Now, if by August this budget that is subsisting is over, and the governor, with his intention to present 2026 budget, and is not yet to get the approval of the House of Assembly, Constitution empower the governor, because the state cannot be in comatose. The state cannot be unstamped. Governance must continue in Rivers State. Now, I earlier had mentioned 80, 81, 82, 80, 84. Okay? The Federal Revenue Fund is there. And there is also what we call a contingency fund. All of this empower the governor to expend. But again, he must get the approval after expending from the contingency fund. He must get an approval presenting a supplementary budget to ensure he replace those money. But what the governor is doing...
But that time of spending from the contingency,
yes,
does he need the approval of the House of Assembly to do that?
The governor can expend money from there if there are unforeseen circumstances. Okay, let's just create a scenario. COVID-19, when it came, everybody was running helter-skelter, right?
Yeah.
So that bureaucracy may not be accommodated. The governor, as a matter of exigency, may have to ensure that the state is within control. But the Constitution permits him that he must do a supplementary budget to ensure those money he expended in contingency plan is replaced. Okay? Now, for him to spend on fiscal revenue fund, it also permits that he must get approval from the House of Assembly. But as it is now in Rivers State, the governor is within the constitutional rule, spending on the subsisting budget. He hasn't gone beyond that. So I am trying to imagine.
So then why is it that the House of Assembly are accusing him of spending inappropriately when if you're saying that he's within his power to do that for now in Rivers State? So
well, I want to say that it could be as a result of emotion. What is really going down in Rivers State is political issues, and it will need political understanding to address all of that. So I want to plead, there are what we call 3 seeds of management. The House of Assembly need to explore them. Now, one of the seeds is consultation. The second seed is consolidation on that consultation that is made. And the final point is confrontation. Now, confrontation is what is being experimented by the House of Assembly. That is the impeachment. So I want to appeal. Rivers State must move forward. You wake up in the morning, you hear impeachment. It doesn't tell well for Rivers people. I am ashamed as an individual from this state. Please,
why would you be ashamed?
Yeah, I'm ashamed.
Shame for what now?
Most of my friends called me, this is what is happening in your state. This is one way I can contribute my quota. So I am here in this studio to beg all political actors to please shed their sword.
Yeah.
Let everybody bury their hatchet and create a round table where everyone will have to work. Now the governor has left PDP to APC. I expect that the national leaders of APC, the state leaders of APC should create a forum of consultation
to ensure these issues are put in the table and resolved. It's a political misunderstanding, and it will also require political tool to solve these issues. I want to thank Mr. President. He has done this before, but he can do it again. He's the father of Nigeria, so I want to plead that he look into this matter and resolve it. There is nothing that cannot be resolved.
Now, in resolving this matter, we all know, let me take you back to the Genesis. The Genesis, the build up to 2023 general election, all seemed very smooth. Then, the FCT minister, rounding off his last days as governor, had his own preferred candidate, which came off as the governor of Rivers State, Sir Sim Fubara. Recall that during the campaigns, he was the one speaking on behalf as the leader of the party. I mean, the FCT minister now.
Yeah.
And the governor hardly could say a word. I mean, the aspirant then, the flag bearer, which is Sir Sim. People complained, and we brought it on this same program because we were always here to analyze.
Okay.
And the question was, why is it that the person Sim no they talk? Now, FCT minister, they talk for her. Some now said, oh, that means that FCT minister chose somebody that he can use to ask from by proxy as a third term bid.
Okay.
We were here, we analyzed it.
Okay.
That brought about the slogan of the campaign at that time, continuation of the new NEW Rivers Vision. And I was smart enough to say that this NEW means Nyesomezo Wike Rivers Vision. And that came to, oh, that means it's a third term bid.
Okay.
Glory to God. One of the campaigns, the governor was asked to speak, and he said, if I say verbatim, you say, so Fubara no they talk. No. When in win, he will address his Rivers people and PDP. That we know we are accountants, we don't do church or we don't make noise. We're not like lawyers.
Okay.
Now, do you know that actually he got into power, and now this friction between Oga and son looks like you are not following the blueprint to continue on my own principles. Which, of course, Rivers people who didn't like him because of Nyesom Wike suddenly liked the governor and turned to support him massively. Now, if this thing should be solved, people are saying that means that either Sim will go back to the blueprint of the continuation of Nyesom Wike Rivers Vision, and there will be no problem. But if he wants to fight for the masses, then that means he should leave the position and all the House of Assembly flush these people out, let them have a fresh start of neutral people.
Okay.
Don't you think that's the solution to this?
Okay, let me address this point before it leaves my brain. Now, as one of the points in that impeachment notice was that the governor was appointing people without seeking due approval from the House of Assembly. Now, if you look at the appointment the governor has, the people he has given appointment is within his powers. Article 195 gives the governor executive power to appoint special assistants.
Not commissioners.
Not commissioners. Now, Article 192 gives the governor and the Rivers State House of Assembly for the governor to approve, to nominate commissioners and send for the approval of the House of Assembly. But on what the governor has appointed at the meantime is the special assistants. And Article 195 allow the governor to make those appointments. Is within his prerogative, within his constitutional powers, and ask me, those appointees are not to go through the House of Assembly for any screening. The law does not permit them. Of course, there are flexibility that the state can make a law. As it stands, there is no law that put it in jeopardy that the governor does not have that authority to appoint the special assistant. Okay. So that is what he has done at the meantime. So I don't think in the area of appointment that the governor have violated the constitution. That is why you see the nomination of the commissioners is still pending. But should the governor not go well by ensuring governance in Rivers State? The answer is yes. He has to ensure that the governance in Rivers State is continued. So that is why he had to appoint the special assistant pending issues are resolved. Okay? So now going back by what you earlier asked, you cannot take away the FCT minister from his position, whether you like it or not.
From which position?
The earlier statement you created, the question you asked me,
yes,
from the campaign and all of that. The FCT minister was led by God Almighty to nominate His Excellency Sir Sim
How
Fubara.
sure are you, God Almighty?
I'm coming. Please allow me. There is nothing you will do successfully without God. There were lots of bourgeoisies, political bigwigs that were surrounding the FCT minister in contention to be the governor of the state at that time. But he slept foresight and nominated Sir Similaye Fubara. I can tell you that that nomination is not a mistake. Why do I say so? Similaye Fubara has got peaceful disposition. His tranquility to peaceful disposition is what has kept Rivers State moving.
So in essence, you're saying it was God.
It was God
that used the FCT minister to pick him as a choice.
I am telling you, and I can tell you that the FCT minister is not against his position. What is just the issue is that me and you don't know what the document of agreement is all about.
But recently, in his tour to local governments, that just rounded up last week, he said, I don't know if it has rounded up because some said the Opobo is not, he hasn't visited the governor's home. But he said categorically, the FCT minister, that the mistake they made by choosing Sim, because that's what he meant.
Okay, can I address
that
you?
They will not make that same mistake 2027.
Can I address you?
So if it's God that used him, why is he that chose him saying that it's a mistake?
Let me tell you one thing. Politics is all about interest. There is no permanent enemy in politics. If the FCT minister sit down again with the governor, giving him possible agreement that is achievable. There are agreements you can give to someone that is not achievable. I am not preempting their actions. I haven't seen Similaye Fubara since he became governor. One-on-one. Not that I've not seen him in function, I have seen him, but I've not discussed with him. So it's not as if I'm standing for him. No. I'm only looking at the issues before us. And what does the Constitution say about those issues? I can tell you for free that if they go back to round table and look at those agreements that they had and look at the issues that are creating frictions and amend them, of course, you cannot tell me to put my hand in the fire. And if I put my hand in the fire and see that it's burning off my hand, I will come back not to continue to put my hand. So they need to review those agreements. They need to sit down as political actors to look at the agreements.
How many times would they sit
it doesn't
and look
matter.
at which agreement?
It doesn't
because
matter.
The last one they did, which rounded off that he was reinstated.
Yes.
The issues that Rivers people brought here on this program was that how come the FCT minister only was able to connive because that was what it looked like. You connive.
Please, can we just short the statement?
You brought let's leave connive. You brought only the governor, who is a leader in Rivers State, the head. You brought only him versus you and your core loyalists. Rivers people were not carried along to be, let it be two groups now.
No, please.
FCT versus Rivers people.
Please.
Only you and your crew, your goons, and then with the governor.
Now let me tell
and
you.
And you did whatever you didn't want the Rivers people to know. Now look at it's playing out now.
Let me tell you.
Body don't day.
Let me tell you, the governor is an astute politician with high level of wisdom.
People don't see him that way.
No. I'm coming.
His opponents.
Allow me to make a point. See, wisdom is not knowledge. The governor, wherever he goes, makes statement. My oga, he has not insulted the minister, and he will never insult the minister. He still understands that he coming to the point of becoming a governor of Rivers State was made possible aside God by the minister of federal capital. That statement cannot be overemphasized. But I think what is the problem? I agree that you are my boss. But please give me some flexibility and opportunity to explore the potentials that I have. Give me the opportunity to show the dexterity, the political dexterity. Give me the opportunity to show the managerial prowess that I have endowed in me to manage Rivers State. And that is the point you can assess me. Now, if you put the governor in a condition where he will be tormented in the governance process, one day he will shout. Now, if you put your son in such a position, you put a friend. See, I can tell you, if you bring 7 people from River State and give them the position of Siminalayi Fubara as the governor, they are going to do worse than Siminalayi Fubara. Siminalayi Fubara is God sent for River State. So I want to appeal to the FCT minister. You are a father. I wonder a politician in River State, young and elderly ones, after our governor, Sir Peter Odele, and the past governor, Amechi, leaving those astute leaders, other people that can be seen as leaders. Now, I wonder who didn't go through the tutelage of political understanding of Wikematic system. All of us went through it. And that is why you see the boldness. We can come to studio and talk because we have learned a lot from Wike. But that gives us opportunity to appeal to the master. Please, let River State strive. Siminalayi is God sent. You brought him, support him. Whatever the issues are, invite him and some leaders and resolve this matter.
Plus Rivers people.
Let this matter.
Just
River State must progress.
All right.
That is my passionate appeal.
Let's pump our brakes. Let's take just few calls.
All right.
Then we'll come back. 0901 374 3199. 0902 333 9379. Now this call is just 60 seconds and that's it. It can't go beyond that. I'm here to cut it. Hello.
Zion, good evening to you.
A very good evening to
And
you.
also to the guests in the studio, good evening to you.
Thank you.
At first, this issue of impeachment would have even come post the administrative rule or emergency rule. Would have been a way forward, a channel to the state River State. In the even also a process for everybody to make a total reconciliation. But the minister still felt this pomposity. He must be in charge. He must control. He must subdue. Now look at the fallout now. 2 have removed themselves from the impeachment. 2 women, and so they will be coming in their badges. Put it back on because back in their midst, but there's fire on the mountain. And
right. Thank you. That's 60 seconds already. Let me go to other calls. You heard him say two of the House of Assembly members' males came out a few days ago, and two women a few hours ago. Part of the girls came out just a few hours ago. Hello. A very good evening to you. No. There's nobody. Nobody's name is registered here. So, and the lines are very busy. So just go ahead.
But I mean, the coincidence so is so big. You are just speak small. Your test spoken intensively. That is how he knows that he has talked. But the issue is that, from his own analogy, you understand that the River State governor actually committed a gross misconduct. Now, if assembly members are coming to come and say one thing or the other, to me, those assembly members should be arrested because they are enablers of illegality. The impeachment notice that they started the governor is a criminal offense that he has to come and defend himself. The idea to celebrate forgiving, but he has committed this, it shows that you are not capable of even being a lawmaker for the first place because you don't even have any integrity as a human.
Okay, that's your 60 seconds. Don't reach now. So there's no way here. Once it's 60 seconds, your time is over. Whether you are who or anything you are. All right. So more calls coming. Hello.
Yeah, vitamin C.
A very good evening to you.
If not that I don't have money, I would have said I'm asking from Morocco. And you know what's up now?
Go ahead.
Take with your wonderful studio, and I tell you that our people say something. That when you attempt to kill somebody over time and you can't take the person, all you need to just to forgive. All those 1 or 2 women are coming 2 by 2. They don't go. All are fake. They know too well that this can off this tax, that this tax is to be easier for a camel to pass through the end of the needle than for them to even start a paper that they wrote, madam. After second base, so as far as I'm concerned, they just want to look for a soft landing and see how we can just form. Is it not the same people that the governor invited them and say, come, let's have better? Did they go?
All right, that's your time. Thank you. 1 minute is already there. So let's take 2 more calls. Then you can react to this. I mean, Dr. Sonny Okocha. Hello. A very good evening. Go ahead.
Good evening. Let me think of the matter. I'm just only talking about this emergency. We are talking about 2023. One project that you said was the one of the former governor, the FCD situation committee. After that project. So when you are talking about after emergency, no, that is not what they brought out as particular. What I'm talking about that to add there. They are talking about the ticket budget to 3-man house, 4-man house. So what will happen to that budget illegality that the people has already gave their own final judgment, they have sanctioned it, and they are telling you that the jokers in this country, all of us are enablers of corruption. Thank you.
It's you that is an enabler of corruption, not me. It's all of us. No, me, I no follow. I will continue to fight corruption until the day things will work well. One more call, then we take your reaction, Dr. Sonny Okocha. Let me just see. The lines are jammed. Hello. Yeah. Good evening.
And I found hello.
Go ahead.
Okay, I found the doctor there. He's a very good man. On 28th of 2023, when Sinfula went for Thanksgiving, I was there. And after the Thanksgiving, in the future realm, I saw where it was celebrated that it was called a great government. That was correct. But this was called by talk. But I saw the future realm where it was celebrated that after the election, it's not the time at his village.
as well. So God appointed him, fairness will say that him. But the problem is societal matter is the problem. Which is for us as refused to go.
All right, that's his time. He actually used the time. So, how do you react to some of the callers? Well, you had the ones who said, I think this one from, I don't know, he was saying something about that it is criminal, an offense, what the governor did, and that's what the House was saying. And these people who are coming, House of Assembly members, they 4 now, 2 men, or are they 2? The other time 2 men and 2 women now. That these people, they deserve to be kicked out. I think something like that.
Okay. Let me just add some flesh to what they've said. I've actually heard quite a lot of what they've said, but let me start by informing the people. Taking the House of Assembly, the old House of Assembly area that was demolished. Now, before that demolish occurred, there was an explosion that occurred because it's one of the points of the impeachment. Before that explosion, after the explosion rather, it was important to do what we call integrity tests of that building. Now the governor understands that it's better to have a new structure than he will be in government house and one day hear the collapse of House of Assembly. Okay, the building. Now what the government did was to engage professionals to do what we call integrity analysis, and they looked at the building is a critical infrastructure and considered that they cannot guarantee the longevity of that project, that building. Now, recommendation was made to the governor that it would be best interest for Rivers people to ensure that building is demolished and erect a new House of Assembly center. And the governor, in his wisdom, looked at it and said, okay, and applied to reconstruct. That reconstruction is almost at the point of commissioning. I overheard the governor saying last year, about December or so, that he would love to present the 2026 budget in that building. So that is a passionate heart. Now, you see, the problem is that a lot of people want to look at mistakes. If you are such a person, at every interval of your time, you want to engage in noticing mistake that is done by individuals, they become very difficult for you to succeed. Let us assume that it was a mistake from the two sides, but the governor, in the interest of the state, said he does not want to lose any member. That project is there, is the government money. So putting it as part of impeachment, it means that the hearts are still bitter. Rather than explore a vendetta, let the House members look at their conscience. Now, coming to the 4 persons that are now changing their mind, it is the conscience that is playing. Are you getting my point?
Yeah,
it's the conscience of individual that is playing. But again, is it the right conscience? I hope it's the right conscience that somebody is not teleguiding them to do what they are doing. But if it is an individual conscience that is leading the 4 members that came publicly to say, let's bury the hatchet and create a roundtable for peaceful disposition to continue in Rivers State to ensure development of our communities, development of the rural areas, will be the watchword of the governor. That is what the governor is centered to develop our communities. And I overheard him saying that development will get to every community. So this statement are a very big one, that he needs the support of everyone. So whoever,
everyone have their decision to their opinion, but your opinion should be such that it will be profitable to Rivers people, and that is the appeal that I'm appealing today. I'm appealing to Rivers people. I'm appealing to the FCT minister. I'm appealing to the governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara. I'm appealing to the elders. I'm appealing to the youths. We do not want bloodshed in this Rivers State. We don't want to lose any youth. Please, no youth should accept any money to kill anybody. We don't want that to happen in this state. We want Siminalayi Fubara to complete at least his first tenure. Second tenure is yet to come. Give him opportunity, give him the chance, give him the support to make sure Rivers State will be progressive. If you fail to give him that opportunity to develop Rivers State, whether you like it or not, as the budgets overlap, you can no longer go back to the budget. So invariably, the state is losing. So let us think about all of this and see what we can do to support the governor of Rivers. Like I earlier said, I've not met the governor. I've not met him. I've not even spoken to him. The last time I spoke to the governor was before his election. I've not. So I am not here to support the governor. I'm here looking at the issues, the political issues before us. How can it profit Rivers people? Rivers State is not only the citizens living in this state. It's a cosmopolitan state. It has heterogeneous characters that people from far and near are living here. And development cannot proceed and continue if there is no peace. So everyone should sleep. When the breath leaves you, you can no longer say further.
Only all the calls coming. Let me just only this one. This is the last one.
Okay.
We go. Hello. All right, go ahead. You're the last caller.
Okay, I'm very concerned because the issues going on within the state is really concerning, and I want to beg the minister, for the love of the state, he has served his tenure, served the first and served the second. Give peace a chance, because it's affecting everybody. Their children are not living in the state, they are not living in the country, they are outside, so they are not feeling the effect. We are rich and we are worried. No matter what, you do someone up, give them the hand to operate. In as much as I'm concerned, the government has not done anything wrong. In as much as I'm concerned, you are not quiet. I'm not taking money from anyone. I'm not going to collect money from the governor. For the fact that we are citizens and we are living there, and we need peace and we need progress. This is the first government that has gone out of the total support and capital to bring development to other rural areas.
All right, so that's how far we can go with the calls because we just have 3 minutes to sign off now. I don't know how we can utilize that, but on the second term agenda, well, with the body language and what the FCT minister was saying throughout these days of his touring different LGAs on a thank you, he made it clear that choosing SIM was a mistake and they won't make that in 2027, meaning that his 001 or registration in APC is not the leader of the state in the party of APC, and the second ticket is not guaranteed for him to go again. I don't know. Some people are wondering, you are not in APC, you were kicked out of PDP, and you're a minister. How would you decide? You're not in the National Working Committee, but some are still afraid of his connect with Tinubu, and that Tinubu sees him as the eye of politics in the South. So SIM has a slim chance. So what do you say to this as we close now?
Okay, let me just start by thanking Rivers State people. The answer to whether SIM will go for second tenure or not is in the hand of Rivers people. Now, let me tell you, the Rivers people sympathize with Siminalayi Fubara and they love
his level of resilience, even in the torment he has gone through, yet he has remained calm. Peaceful disposition has continued. He's talking legs and ensuring development of Rivers State. So APC is where Siminalayi Fubara is now. They have their modus operandis. They have their rules and understanding. If APC supports Siminalayi Fubara as a governor nominate to be a candidate, I can assure you is going to have an overwhelming vote that is beyond expectation of any individual. Now, what is sure is that Rivers people are going to vote for His Excellency Sir Ahmed Tinubu, the President of Nigeria. Now, everybody should hear it. It's the turn of certain people to complete their second tenure, and nobody should come to stand against Tinubu. Now, recently, he has done a lot.
Well, we're out of time.
So, finally,
condolences. Your mom passed on. I think
oh, thank you.
So
You just remind me of my mom's death. He's in the mortuary, but yet I want the sources of Rivers State. So very soon I'm going to fix the barrier, and I pray that Rivers State people will support me to give her that last respect. May her soul rest in peace. That is my loved mom.
Amen.
I know she's in the mortuary now. She'll be hearing me in the spirit. I want to appeal finally to the governor of Rivers State. Please, sir, I appeal to you to come to Choba community where I come from.
Okay.
There is a road called All-Weather Road.
20 seconds.
A road called All-Weather Road. That name is named after my late father, All-Weather. Please, sir, Choba have almost 100 internal roads. None is started. They've not seen the government present for many years. And Choba is hosting a federal university. Those people are suffering to connect the road. Please help us to tie All-Weather Road and other connected roads and internal roads in Choba community. God will bless you and will bless you and will bless your reign in Rivers State.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sani Okocha. My condolences.
Thank you.
Mom. And this program is produced by Clement Foki. My name is Charles Ryder. The World News at 6 is up next.